Mr. Ed here, and
Good time, Charlie.
we are here in Covington, Louisiana. Now, yeah, the Abbey's in Covington as well, but we're about really 12, 14 miles from the Abbey. It's a little bit ways out, and we are in a apartment complex. And Charlie and I took bees out of this apartment complex in the summer, last summer, and what's memorable about that occasion?
The most memorable part of it
Yeah.
was the heat. It was around 90-something degrees.
No, it was 100 degrees. You showed it.
Oh,
on,
that's right.
You
We
showed
had
it on the
we had it on the
phone,
camera.
on
It was 100 degrees.
It was a scorcher.
It was terrible.
And then the rain came, so it kind of cooled things down. But man, it was just the removal was about an 8-hour. In fact, I'm going to put a link to that video in the description of this video because it really was a good one. In fact, also I did 3 follow-up videos on that one removal because we didn't get the queen. It was just all kind of stuff with that removal. But as it turns out, I got a honey super on those bees right now, so we're going to get honey.
I'd like to forget about it.
Yeah, we're going to get honey off of those bees. But that's a different story, and today we are here, back at it, because we got bees right up there. That camera is not picking it up right now, but they are.
I'll zoom in on it.
All right, look, so Charlie's going to zoom in on it, and we'll see if we can show them to you.
Hang on a second here. There they are.
So there they are, going into the apartment through that little crack right there. And now let's get inside and see what they look like on the thermal camera. So there are the bees right in the corner. You can see the glow of them right in there. It's just a matter of taking the sheetrock down from that ceiling and getting them out of there. So there's the bees inside and outside, and by the grace of God, these bees right here, we're going to vacuum them up. And where are they going?
We're going to the Abbey.
Going back to the Abbey with me. You ready, Wrangle?
I'm ready to
Let's
do it.
do it. I've laid out the mark where I'm going to cut the sheetrock, and we're going to leave the crown molding up. That way it's going to be one less job for the maintenance people to do. And I'm just going to cut this area out, and hopefully we're going to expose those bees.
We'll see what happens.
Now let's find out if I cut all this sheetrock and if we really do have bees up in that ceiling. All right, y'all, let's pull back some of this insulation.
Here they
It's
come.
bees.
Yeah, I see the hive. Yeah, you better get your suit.
Yep. Look at this hive. Oh my gosh. Now, I'm telling you, I was here 2 weeks ago and I could not pick it up on the thermal camera. Now,
granted, there was a lot of insulation and sheetrock and stuff to make it more difficult for me to do it, but I cannot believe how big this hive is. Now, like I said, I was out here 2 weeks ago and I didn't find anything. I doubt that this hive is only 2 weeks old. Once I get inside of it, we'll probably find some cat brood, which would mean that it's at least 3 to 4 weeks old, and that is probably more likely the case with this hive, at least 3 to 4 weeks old. I'm going to start vacuuming the bees off first, and then start removing some of that comb. Beautiful, beautiful hive. Golly, it's very deceiving on the size of it right now, but this space that we're in, it's probably a 16 or 18 inch truss right here, and these, you look how far down that comb is, so it's going to fill up our frames really, really nice for us to get that comb in the frames. Let's vacuum some bees now. I hope you got that.
Oh yeah. All that stuff is soft.
I need a flash. I can't see, Charlie.
Okay.
Well, thankfully, the pieces of comb are starting to get a little bit smaller. I mean, this is a magnificent hive. Bees is pretty calm, but I still have my suit on because I got to stick my head up into this hornet's nest or bee's nest. It appears that we have only 3 more sections of comb. There might be another one. And then it's going to be a little job getting all these girls out of here. But I think we're still running our queen. She might be on this very next piece. Who knows? Let's find out. Beautiful hive.
Oh, that's beautiful, honey.
All of our comb is out now, but you can see we got some serious bees back here. And I'm just going to spray some Bandit up in there, not right there, but to the left of them. And hopefully we'll get them to chase out. I still think our queen is up in there. We still got a lot of bees in this space though.
I really don't want to run all those bees out to this space, so I'm changing my mind. I'm just going to vacuum those bees, and you know, our queen's going to wind up in the bee vac. I know that, but that's okay. We'll find it when we get out to the field. But it's just a better deal for us right now just to vacuum the bees. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I vacuumed a bunch of them, so now I feel a little bit better about spraying the bandit in there. But they want to run over there. I can't get the vacuum hose behind this joist member right here. So I'm going to use the bandit, spray it up on this side as well as this side where they're coming in, and push them out this way. This ought to be interesting. Well, folks, guess what? That's right. It ain't there no more. We got 2 bees in there. I went and sealed the outside so that the bees couldn't get back inside. So the only bees that are in here now were ones that were in here. And there's just, I mean, a handful is all that's up in here. I'm going to grab these girls right here. They're going to actually come down and go to the window. I'll vacuum up there. And then we're headed up to the Abbey to take care of this.
Absolutely.
Let's go, Charlie.
Let's do it.
Charlie and I have made it back to the Abbey. We've got our comb that we took off the bees. I framed up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames of it. And then I dropped in some old frames, drawn out comb up in there. So the frames are all ready. And I always like to put this shim box on here to dump the bees in there. And now we're getting ready to dump our bees into the box. And before we do that, let me backtrack. So this bee box right here, in fact, Charlie, show down on it. This is the one. Let's see, which one is this one? This is the one that I took out of Covington Country Club. That's the one that I found the queen after I dropped the bees in here and just dropped her in there. This box right here, this is the one that Charlie and I did yesterday, which was the one in Slidell. And you can see I used the box right here just as a spacer so I can drop the bees in it, and then look, you can see all the bees in there. So now I just take this out. Now this is finished. And these girls are all set up as well. Now this frame right here, this is our queen is on this frame right here, and she's still got another day to stay caged up before I turn her loose. Let those bees get everything cleaned up and ready for her. And then now we are ready to turn these bees loose. And I always start by taking the bees that have festooned on the top of this lid and get them in the box first. At least we get some bees in it. Not too many of them this time. Charlie, zoom in and show the bees. It's a good number. I bet you it's 4 or 5 pounds of bees. And now I'm just gonna dump them in here. Now, once I do that, I'm gonna put the inner cover on because I want to kind of keep the bees in there and let them start crawling up the side. This just keeps the bees inside of that box. And we still have bees inside the back, but quite a less amount of them. Now the other day when I released these bees, I did the exact same process, and I give the bees enough time to start crawling up on the sides of the inside of this box, and then I go through looking for our queen at that point. So we're going to give them a few minutes, and then we'll open up the lid. Let's see what they've done. It's only been 2 minutes. All right, so we're gonna look for our queen real quick on the lid first. I know she was in our back. I know that. And I don't see her up here. And if I don't find her, it's no big deal. And in fact, even if we don't have her, there is so much young brood and eggs in this on the comb that we've got. They'll make an emergency cell. So I'm not really that concerned. And being that we're in a flow right now, all this stuff is going to work out just fine. All right, she's not, I don't see her on here, so let's look inside. You can see the bees a lot of them are going down inside. What I've been using is this vulture, no, it's a hawk feather, and I scrape the bees off the side of the box and let them fall, and I scoop them off and throw them into the interior, and that's how I found the queen the last time. Well, that didn't prove successful that time. I'm going to put the inner cover back on and let these bees come on back down to roost. You see, I pushed the inner cover back a little bit and give a pretty big space in here. There is a hole in the inner cover right here, and they do have bees coming and landing here as well. But for the most part, they will congregate in this space right here and eventually go in. So we're going to let them calm down a little bit, and then we'll check back in with them, I don't know, five minutes or so. Got your hair all straightened out? Is your hair straight?
Yeah, it's under my hat.
Now, I had asked Charlie to set the camera up and shoot some video of the bees landing on the box. And he and I was sitting back on the stand right behind the camera.
We're in a safe zone.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see the bees. We could see it. I don't know if the camera could pick it up, but how they're up high in the air, and then they just eventually come down, and they get lower and lower and lower, and eventually they're all going to wind up in the box. But that's what I was hoping to capture with the camera. But we'll see how that turns out. So the bees are all in the box now. Well, they're not all in the box now.
Not all of them.
But they will be in the box within a half an hour. They'll all be in the box. And Charlie and I still haven't eaten yet, and I know he's not happy about that.
So we're ready.
We're ready.
We're ready. It was a good removal.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
It was a little cramped in there, but we were in air conditioning, so that means a whole lot. And so it went well and vacuumed up 99% of the bees.
Oh yeah.
And corked it up. He even put plastic up there to seal the hole temporarily.
Yeah, the sheetrock guys come in tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Friday,
Yeah.
they said.
So it was good.
Yeah.
This is 3 days in a row we've been wrangling bees.
Yeah, here they are. One,
That's
2,
it.
and 3.
1, 2, 3. So that's it. That's all I've got.
All right.
What about you?
That's all I got too.
That's all you have?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Keep on watching.
We'll be making more.
God bless, Mr. Ed.
And good time, Charlie.
We are out of here. When, Charlie?
Until the next video.
God bless everybody. Good, Charlie. You did it. You braved it. You braved it.